Mia, can I ask you something?
Of course.
What's the shortest time you've ever stayed motivated?
That's easy. About 3 days.
Only 3?
Sometimes less. I'll decide that this is finally the week I'm going to wake up early, exercise, read every evening.
That's quite an ambitious Monday.
Exactly. Then Wednesday arrives, and suddenly my sofa becomes much more interesting than all my plans.
I think almost everyone listening knows that feeling. You start something full of energy. You make a plan. You imagine how great you'll feel in a few months. Then life gets busy. You're tired. You skip one day. And somehow that one day turns into a week.
It's strange, isn't it? Starting something usually feels exciting, but continuing after that excitement disappears, that's the difficult part.
So here's today's question. Why is it so easy to start, but so hard to keep going?
And maybe an even better question, how do some people stay consistent even when they don't feel motivated?
That's exactly what we're exploring today. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Cozy English Corner, where learning English is easy, natural, and cozy. I'm Jack.
And I'm Mia. Today we're talking about something that affects all of us, how to stay motivated every day. We'll explore why motivation disappears, what people with strong habits do differently, and you'll learn 8 useful English expressions that native speakers use when talking about goals, progress, and everyday life.
So if you're improving your English one small step at a time, you're in the right place. If you enjoy these cozy conversations, don't forget to subscribe. We share a new English podcast every week to help you improve your listening, vocabulary, and speaking naturally.
And stay with us until the end, because we'll bring back all of today's expressions in our cozy word tour. You'll hear them again in real-life situations, making them much easier to remember.
So grab a cup of coffee, or keep doing whatever you're doing while you listen, and let's find out why motivation isn't the whole story.
Because sometimes the secret to making progress has very little to do with feeling motivated.
So why does motivation disappear so quickly? One week we're full of energy, and the next week we don't even want to think about our goal.
I think one reason is that we expect results much too soon.
That's true. We live in a world where everything happens quickly. You order something online, and it arrives tomorrow. You watch a short video and learn a recipe in 30 seconds.
But learning a language doesn't work that way. Neither does getting fit or building any good habit.
Imagine someone starts learning English. They practice every day for 2 weeks. Then they watch a movie and still don't understand most of it. At that point, it's very easy to think, maybe this isn't working.
When actually, it's working. You just can't see the results yet.
That reminds me of a really useful expression. People often say, my hard work is finally paying off.
That's a great phrase. If something pays off, it brings good results after time and effort.
For example, all those hours of English practice are finally paying off.
Or, studying every evening really paid off when I passed my exam.
I like that expression because it reminds us to be patient. Not everything gives you an immediate reward.
Exactly. Sometimes the results are happening even when you can't see them yet.
I think there's another reason people lose motivation.
Let me guess. Comparison?
Exactly. It's so easy to compare yourself with other people.
Especially online. You open social media, and suddenly everyone seems healthier, more successful, more productive, and somehow more motivated than you.
Then you start asking yourself, why am I not like them?
But here's the problem. You're comparing your everyday life to someone else's best moments.
That's a comparison nobody can win.
There's another expression that's perfect here. Sometimes people say, I can't keep up with everyone else.
That's such a useful phrase. To keep up with someone means to move or progress at the same speed as they do.
For example, I can't keep up with all these new English words. Or, it's impossible to keep up with every trend on social media.
The truth is, you don't have to keep up with everyone else.
You only need to keep moving at your own pace.
I like that much better. Because learning English isn't a race.
It's a journey. Some people walk quickly, some people walk slowly, but everyone gets there, one step at a time.
So maybe motivation disappears because we expect too much, too soon, and spend too much time looking at everyone else's progress.
Exactly. So if motivation isn't the answer, what is?
I think it starts with making your habits much smaller.
Much smaller. Most people don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because their plan is too big.
I know exactly what you mean. Someone decides, I'm going to study English for 2 hours every day.
Which sounds great until real life gets in the way.
You're busy, you're tired, you get home late, and suddenly 2 hours feels impossible.
So instead of studying for a little while, you don't study at all.
That's something I've done before. I tell myself, if I don't have enough time to do it properly, I'll do it tomorrow.
The problem is, tomorrow often becomes next week.
So what would you do instead?
I'd make the habit so small that it's difficult to say no. Read one page, learn one new expression, listen to 10 minutes of a podcast.
That almost sounds too easy.
Maybe, but easy habits are the ones we repeat, and repeated actions become routines.
That reminds me of a lovely expression. People often say, take it little by little.
I use that expression all the time. Little by little means making slow, steady progress instead of trying to change everything at once.
So if your English improves little by little, that's completely normal.
Exactly. Nobody becomes fluent in a month. Nobody changes their life in a weekend. The small steps are the important ones.
I think we often underestimate them. We celebrate big achievements, but forget that every big achievement started with lots of small ones.
That's why I like focusing on today's progress, not next year's progress.
There's another mistake people make. They miss one day and immediately think, I've ruined everything.
I hear that all the time. I skipped one workout. I didn't study yesterday. My routine is over.
When really, it's just one day.
Exactly. One missed day isn't the problem. Quitting completely is.
That brings us to another useful expression. People often say, I'm trying to stay on track.
That's a really useful one. If you stay on track, you continue moving toward your goal, even if things aren't perfect.
So staying on track doesn't mean never making mistakes.
Not at all. It simply means you don't let one bad day become a bad month.
I like that way of thinking. It feels much less stressful.
Because habits should make your life easier.
Although, there is one thing that always seems to get in the way.
What's that?
Temptation.
Oh, yes. That little voice that says, you can practice tomorrow.
Or, just watch one more episode.
We've all heard that voice.
There's a perfect expression for moments like that. Sometimes we're tempted to do something.
Exactly. If you're tempted to do something, you really want to do it, even though it might not be the best choice.
For example, I'm tempted to stay in bed instead of going for a walk.
Or, I'm tempted to check social media instead of practicing English.
The interesting thing is, everyone feels tempted sometimes.
Even people with great habits. The difference isn't that they never feel tempted, it's that they don't always listen to that feeling.
Sometimes they still choose the small habit. 10 minutes, one page, one podcast.
And those small choices, made little by little, help you stay on track.
So maybe building good habits isn't about making huge changes.
Maybe it's about making small choices, again and again.
That sounds much more realistic.
And much easier to continue.
You know, I think we've been looking at successful people the wrong way.
What do you mean?
We often imagine they're motivated all the time. They wake up excited. They never miss a workout. They always feel like studying.
That sounds nice, but I don't think it's real.
Me neither. I think even successful people have days when they're tired, or busy, or simply not in the mood.
The difference is, they don't expect motivation to do all the work.
Exactly. Instead of asking, "Do I feel like doing this today?" they ask, "What's the smallest thing I can do today?"
Maybe they don't have time for an hour at the gym, so they go for a 20-minute walk instead.
Maybe they don't read an entire chapter. They read 2 pages.
Maybe they don't study English for an hour. They listen to a podcast while making dinner.
That reminds me of another useful expression. People often say, "You just have to show up."
I really like that one because show up doesn't only mean arriving somewhere. It also means being present, doing what you said you were going to do.
So if I practice English for 10 minutes, even when I don't really feel like it, I'm showing up.
Exactly. You're telling yourself, my habit is still important.
I think that's much better than waiting for the perfect moment.
Because perfect moments don't happen very often.
That's true. If we always wait until we have lots of time, lots of energy, and the perfect mood, we'll probably wait forever.
Real progress usually happens on ordinary days, not exciting days, not perfect days, just normal Tuesdays.
I like that. Normal Tuesdays.
Think about musicians. They don't only practice when they feel inspired.
Athletes don't only train when they're full of energy.
And people who speak English confidently didn't learn it by studying only on good days.
They kept showing up, again and again and again.
Some practice sessions were probably great. Others were probably frustrating. But they understood something important.
What's that?
Missing one perfect lesson doesn't matter. Practicing consistently does.
I think that's encouraging because it means success isn't about being extraordinary.
No, it's about making ordinary choices consistently.
And when you do that, those little actions slowly become part of your daily life. You don't have to think about them as much anymore.
Exactly. That's when a habit becomes something natural. Not because motivation stayed, but because the routine did.
So we've talked about building habits, but how does all of this help someone who's learning English?
That's the perfect question, because this is where everything comes together. Learning a language is one of the best examples of why small habits matter.
I think many people imagine that fluent speakers studied for hours every single day.
When in reality, many of them simply practiced consistently.
Exactly. 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, a podcast while cooking, a few pages before bed.
Those moments may seem small, but over weeks and months, they really add up.
I think another mistake English learners make is believing that missing a few days means they've failed.
Yes, someone might say, I haven't practiced for 2 weeks. So, I guess I should just start again next month.
But why wait another month?
Exactly. There's a really useful expression for this. People often say, I'm trying to get back into studying.
That's a phrase you'll hear quite often. To get back into something means to start doing it again after you've stopped for a while.
For example, I stopped reading during the summer, but I'm getting back into it. Or, I haven't practiced English recently, but I'm getting back into it now.
I like that expression because it sounds hopeful. It reminds us that taking a break doesn't mean giving up.
Exactly. Everyone has busy weeks. Everyone loses a routine sometimes. The important thing is coming back.
Even if today is just 10 minutes.
10 minutes today is much better than waiting for the perfect Monday.
There's one more expression I think every English learner should know. Build confidence.
I love that phrase because confidence isn't something that suddenly appears. You build it, little by little.
The first time you speak English, you might feel nervous.
The first conversation is often the hardest.
Then one day, you understand a podcast a little more.
Or you order coffee in English.
Or you have a short conversation with someone.
Those moments may seem small, but they're actually building your confidence.
And here's something interesting. Many people think confidence comes first.
When really, action comes first.
Then experience.
Then confidence.
So don't wait until you feel confident enough to speak English. Speak first. Confidence will follow.
Exactly. Every conversation teaches you something. Every mistake teaches you something. Every time you practice, you're becoming a little more confident than you were yesterday.
I think that's a much kinder way to look at learning.
Me too. Instead of asking, when will I become fluent? Maybe ask, what small thing can I do today?
Because one small thing today is always better than a perfect plan you'll never begin.
And if you keep doing those small things, you might be surprised by how much progress you make over the next year.
So before we finish, let's see how many of today's expressions we can remember. Don't worry, this isn't a test. Just listen and see if they sound familiar.
Let's imagine a few everyday situations. Ready?
Ready?
Your friend says, I've been studying English for months, but I still don't see much progress.
I'd probably say, keep going. Your hard work will pay off.
Exactly. Sometimes the results arrive later than we expect.
Here's another one. Someone says, everyone online speaks better English than I do.
Don't try to keep up with everyone else. Everyone learns at a different speed.
The only person you should compare yourself with is the person you were yesterday.
Next situation. Someone only has 15 minutes to practice English today.
That's completely fine. Learn little by little. Small steps become big progress.
Now imagine someone says, I missed 2 lessons this week. I've ruined my routine.
Not at all. Just stay on track. Tomorrow is another chance to practice. One missed day doesn't decide your future.
Here's one I know very well. You're relaxing on the sofa after work, and you're tempted to skip your English practice.
That happens to everyone. Maybe practice for just 10 minutes. Once you start, it's usually much easier to continue. Next one. Someone says, I don't really feel like studying today.
That's okay. Just show up. Read 1 page. Listen to 1 conversation. Keep the habit alive.
You don't have to do everything. You just have to do something.
Here's another situation. I stopped practicing English during my vacation.
No problem. Just get back into it. Start with something simple today. Last one. Someone says, I'm too shy to speak English.
You don't become confident first. You build confidence every time you speak, every mistake, every conversation, every new experience.
I love that idea. Confidence isn't the starting point. It's the result of practicing.
Exactly. So let's hear today's expressions one last time.
Pay off.
Keep up with.
Little by little.
Stay on track.
Be tempted to.
Show up.
Get back into something.
And finally, build confidence.
8 expressions, and hopefully a little more motivation than when we started.
Or maybe not more motivation, just a better plan for the days when motivation disappears.
So, before we go, we have one final challenge for you.
Don't worry, it's not homework, and it won't take an hour.
In fact, it might only take 10 minutes.
Tomorrow, choose 1 habit you've been putting off. Maybe it's practicing English. Maybe it's reading. Maybe it's going for a walk. Whatever it is, make it smaller.
Instead of saying, I'm going to study for an hour, say, I'm going to study for 10 minutes.
Instead of waiting until you feel motivated, just begin.
Because once you start, continuing is usually much easier than starting.
And if you miss a day, don't be too hard on yourself. Just get back into it.
Remember, good habits don't change your life in one day. They change your life little by little.
Keep showing up. Stay on track. Trust that your hard work will pay off.
Before we finish, we'd love to hear from you. What's one habit you're trying to build right now?
Maybe you're learning English. Maybe you're exercising more. Maybe you're reading before bed. Or maybe you're spending less time on your phone.
Tell us in the comments. We always enjoy reading your stories.
And if today's conversation helped you, Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Cozy English Corner. We upload new English podcast episodes every week to help you improve your listening, vocabulary, and speaking naturally.
Thank you for spending part of your day with us. Keep learning. Keep growing.
And as always, stay cozy.
Bye, everyone.